Good evening, my Grims. How is everybody? It has been quite a while. Ah, I just want to quickly go over why I've been MIA. I've had a health emergency, a very serious problem over the summer. I was bedridden for 3 months, and it has improved, but I am still going through it, and I cannot see um when, if, how, why if it will ever get better. And I can't stream. I can't really do much of anything. So this is going to be a treat. Me making a video. I figured the last video we made was, I know, March, April, and we were like, this is the last sell-off before all-time highs. And so now we're here, and I figured I'd just do an update. Yeah, life's been tough. And maybe this year it will be less tough for you guys with the market because I see some really interesting things coming. I hope everybody had good holidays. I hope everybody's all right, doing well. And maybe in the future, if fate permits, but otherwise, I can't stream again. So that's that. And we'll go over what I see here, and that's it. So, very interesting year. It took a while to really get going here. It was interesting how this was the eclipse over the weekend. I think it was the 28th. So right from between here and here, the eclipse happened, and then that happened. Like, how specific does that look? Pretty specific. So what I see here in the market is that this was the thesis all here, where that we would rally up huge, blow into this, you get the everything rally, and then we get the sell-off somewhere in there. Since this took so long to play out, literally the extra month, April and May, for this to not rip after this, it means that this wave is way big, years. And it sucked because if that happened, then it didn't even matter really, because you just buy and hold something and that's it, because this is going to take years to play out. I see the big top happening in 2026, 2027, somewhere around there. But we also have a short-term top that's going to be extremely tradable and extremely lucrative. It's going to be a COVID 2.0. It won't be as big, but it's going to be as violent as COVID, possibly even more violent. This is a 100-year trend. It goes back to 1929. You see right there. And this is hit the dot-com bubble. It hit here, and now we're going to reverse flash crash or reverse COVID, where we've been talking about it for a couple of years. We're going to reverse COVID at the same time as COVID, the February to March area. So January, February, March, and then we have the Great North American Eclipse, April 8th or 7th of this year. I don't know, look it up. I think it's the 8th. It's funny because the top I saw, regardless of that, I saw happening in the second half of March or the first half of April. So the fact that it coincides with that, that's something that you really want to look at. If we rip, okay, so if we hit this, we're going to sell off somewhere here. We may get a 3 handle. So we're going to sell off anywhere between 15 to 25% in under 2 months. That's what we're doing. So we're going to rip. We're going to have a blow off top. And we're going to have a super violent. I could even see it dropping 20% in under a month. So super violent. Everybody now says, oh, there's no more recession. It's like all confirmation bias because the market's going up. So of course, no more recession, right? This whole wave function is not a bullish function. You see the positive DMI going up without the ADX, but we're absolutely shredding. This is a negative function. The whole up dynamic is simply because of how fast we came down from how fast we went up. It's getting compressed. And this is why it took so long and why it's behaving the way it is. It never rallies without going down first. That's not a function of a bull market. It's not a function of a healthy wave. So every time it drops violently, that's when it can go up. We've never had that before, except what we're going to have at the very last part of this wave. It should be violently bullish towards the top of this wave. So reverse COVID. The caveats are, some people are saying that we can sell off 5 to 7% in the first month and a half here. If we do that, we sell off into this massive support zone. If we sell off first, we should base here and head higher, but that does not make any sense from what I'm seeing. So I would be very, very irked if that happened. I wouldn't exactly know what's happening. And so I can't see that happening. I just can't see it happening. The market, so there are a couple of reasons why. There was a glitch trade November 30th, which is November 29th, which is really weird because I didn't look at it for months. And the day that I looked at the market, there was a glitch trade from here to here. You could probably see it better on SPY. Yeah. So the glitch trade went up to here, and then of course it disappeared, and the glitch trade was 474.71. And you can see how as soon as it touched it here, it got fucking shredded. Right? Remember that day the Russell dropped 3%? Right, that's what that was. It hit that glitch trade and got fucking shreked. Then we went up again into the end of the year, got shreked, went up again. So we kept hitting it, and you can see it's basically a head and shoulders pattern. Shoulder, head, shoulder. So it's basically one sine wave down off of the top. I'm pretty sure it touched it pre-market right here, or almost touched it. So it's basically one sine wave off of it. It's a consolidation, and it breaks through. Open red, open, look at all open reds, and then it breaks through. So I don't know what's going to happen, if this is going to pull back and retest and hold, or what's going to happen with the chop. But if this holds and we continue to go higher, look for a massive blow off top mid-Feb to mid-March, and then either a blow off the first week of April into the eclipse, or it starts to sell off into the first week of April and then the eclipse. So it gets really, really close to it. And basically, so that happened. Also, there was a news algo December 15th right here on high volume. It's funny that the volume came in at 3 p.m. the day before. I was like, that actually looks like a bottom. And then we had that massive blow off. So like the VIX was activating before the actual glitch trade got hit. So how it all coincides, right? And then we got another activation right here, January 17th. And it double bottomed and then gets rejected and heads lower. So it all kind of depends on what's going to happen here in the next couple of days. But I do think that it goes lower. So this is going up to the zero line. So this is important on what happens right there. This was a glitch trade. It didn't actually trade there during the day. And you could see how it fucked with it for the next couple of weeks. Hit it, rejected, gaps above it. Right? So that would be a full wave cycle to the upside. And if this fails here, this is going another wave lower. Thing you need to be aware of, there was a news feed on the VIX October 25th saying that the VIX could hit 25 to 30 before the market bottoms. Now, if you understand what I understand, it either instantly activates it like it did in March, right here. The news feed came out March 9th, right there at 9:15 a.m. and then just fucking exploded, right? 60% in 2 days. Or it clicks it and then it dies instantly and it prepares for a future wave. And then you have to know how the waves play out to be able to time it. And that's more difficult. And that's why people can't use quants or data to be able to figure this out, because it's not always the same and you'd have to know what you're looking at. Why it did that was because it's finishing the down wave from COVID. That's why. So it wants to break it, but can't. And so what it does is, instead of going up through it because it can't, it blows off to the downside. And what do we get? One of the most bullish 8-week periods ever, like top whatever that we had, right? And it's doing that because it's the opposite of the trend of COVID. So blow off top, blow off bottom. And so what you're looking for now, okay, is what happened in 2018, which is a VIX swell. It's when the VIX trails positively on a weekly or a monthly basis. It happens on a daily, but on the big crashes, it's usually the weeklies or monthlies. The market actually was going up in December, up in January, and then up in December and up in January, all the way to the close, like the 26th, and then the last few days of January, it started to sell off. Okay, let's see, it went from 11 to 18, 11 to 18, and the market was going higher. And we'll see. Right there. December, January. It went up 10%. 10%. And see, there's a monthly, so you can look at the dailies and see how specific it is. But it basically, if you see it on the bigger time frame, the market was ripping higher as the momentum was going down. And the reason why it does that is because it's going lower, but there's just so much momentum here. So it's kind of like the tippy tip of a wave that is not what it looks like, is how it's defined by me. And then you get super violent move that produces massive gains. And that's what created the big VIX-ageddon here. The VIX went from 12 to 50 in like a week or like 2 days. And I see something like that happening. And I see it happening off of a blow-off top in the market. Right? I see that. I see it from a blow-off top in the market. So again, if we blow off big February to March, expect a super violent sell-off going from end of March, early April to the middle of May to the middle of June. So you might have like the big wave 3 going down to middle of May, and then you may consolidate, and then you may have another sell-off that goes lower or something like that. But with options, you'd want to be selling the wave 3 down because the VIX will be the highest there. So you'll get the move like that, and then it'll come down, and then you get a lower VIX, but the option will be worth less. So you really want to be selling on the first oomph to the downside if you do have options. Yeah, so we broke a 6-year trend there, retested it and failed. And so this is the market stabilizing to the upside. This is the strength of the rally coming after this crash. After this crash happens, wait, is this all I want to talk about with the VIX? Yeah, it's actually a neutral print too on the daily. It's interesting. Gonna touch the 0 line on the quarterly too. Yeah, I mean, this is it. You're looking for the blow off into the green line. That's about it. It's about 5,300. Right around the end of March is around 5,300. And people, you'll see a lot of headlines saying, so it's about 10% higher. You'll see a lot of headlines saying 5,200, 5,400 price targets, and everyone's, not believing in it. And so it's going to press everybody's psychology in their portfolios. I think that the market's going to close flat, plus or minus 5% at the end of the year. I think this is going to be the path. I think we can see a 3 handle very briefly. So this was like the God line. Having a super violent sell-off into that and holding makes a lot of sense. I don't know if we see 3 handle, but I wouldn't doubt that we don't. I really want to see 4,100 at least somewhere. So you're looking at least 15 to 25%. And then we chop, and then we rally big into the election-ish. Or I don't know exactly how. Either we rally big like August, September, and then consolidate into the election. Trump is going to win. and then we get like maybe the boost and consolidation on the gap, something like that. We're going to do something like this, choppity chop chop, but we will be heading higher after the correction, and that will be setting up for a massive multi-year run with Trump being elected. Now, the only caveat to all of this is if this is the big drop, because this has a wave function of a completion of both a double tap of the market on a trend line and the VIX actually bottoming in a very coiled way with VIX newsfeed activations. So it's possible that it doesn't recover. I don't think that happens. I still see a shit ton of up momentum. The Russell is like the biggest discrepancy from the S&P in forever, and has so much catch up to do. I think that the Russell actually closes up year to date like at least 30%, even with the insane correction. So there's that. So like small caps are absolutely huge going forward. You'd want to look for the memes at the top when you get a big blow off, because they usually happen towards the top. So that's one signal. You'd want to see something extremely like euphoric, just something unique. Yeah, it's not a real move. The ADX is going down as this goes up. It's not a real move. Also, yeah, the last 2 years we've had very big glitch trades, January 24th specifically, which is really weird. Yeah, the market didn't open correctly on these days, and it was because it was breaking the downtrend. There was something like there was a glitch at open, and it didn't actually yeah, it was something like this. Like there was a trend here, and it was trying to break it, and it like glitched. It's like it broke the fucking market, and breaks it, and then retests it. And also January 24th here was where right at the bottom of the correction, and then there was a glitch trade down to 364, which marked the bottom of that year. And then you could see it very easily in stuff like McDonald's. There was it's so funny. It actually hit my alarm today. There was a glitch trade. Where's this? The 24th? The 24th, yeah. So there's like so many stocks that this happened to. It glitched down and it glitched up. This one didn't disappear, but this one did. Why? I don't know. Whatever. So it goes up, barely missed it, goes down, barely missed it. Now it goes up to it again. So something like that. I don't know if it's going to happen again in 2024, but be aware that it's possible that it will show the prediction of the market movement. Yeah, good times. Good times. I see the VIX going to at least 38. I see it breaking that high. Because this says 2530, which means that it's an algo print, so that's what's going to happen at least. But if you're going to do this and you're going to get hard rejected and go down this far for this long and break the COVID downtrend, you're not going to do this. Well, actually, it's going to VIX swell up, and then you're not going to go like this, and that's it. Like that's not going to happen. I see something like this. I see like a massive it goes from 15 to 49 in 1 week or 2 weeks. Market drops like 15% in like a week and a half, and no one will be positioned for it. This is going to be a very, 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 if you are not positioned before, you are not positioned for it. That's how this is set up. This is period end. So if you're going to wait for it, the risk is all yours. And again, so if somehow this doesn't materialize and we consolidate down first, then I don't know what it's doing. There's actually a lot of glitch trades lower. In fact, yeah. Glitch trade, glitch trade, glitch trade. There were a couple of glitch trades. I saw all these glitch trades lower. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're all lower. This one hits it, but so yeah, it's just very, very not healthy. It's just not very healthy. And if this doesn't materialize, then again, it gets pushed out again. But we'll know. We will know if it doesn't materialize or not, based on how slow it goes. But everything is getting extremely what's the word? Poppy and euphoric. So yeah, it makes sense. Yay, we hit all-time high, guys. it only took all this. It only took all this. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't know. I don't really know what else to say. I'm sure there's a million stocks I could look at and sectors and the Teslas and what happened to DWAC today. Trump's gonna win the election. That's insane. Trump's winning the election, guys. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's like the whole world is fighting against him, and he just keeps moving forward. There's too much momentum, man. He's too hot. He's too blue steel. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. All right, guys. Go look out there. Make a retest of all-time highs here. If what I think happens, if we get close to 520 or 530 in March, April, I'll make another video, or I might stream. I won't promise that, but I might stream towards the top because I'll definitely know it's the top if it's a big market top. That we will do. Yeah. Remember VIX swell. Remember VIX swell. VIX goes up, market goes up. It means the market momentum is going down as the price is going up. That's flash crash setup. All right, guys. Everybody have a wonderful few months. Enjoy your trading. I hope all your holidays are well. Don't impregnate your girls during Valentine's. Nobody needs more kids in the world. Adios. Peace.